Before there was light, there was motion, a whisper in the abyss. Long before the gods carved order into chaos, something older than creation itself stirred beneath the waters of Num. It was not born, it simply was. A presence, vast and silent, coiled in the blackness, dreaming of the end before the beginning had even begun. The ancients named it Apophis, the great serpent, devourer of light. While Ra rose to rule the heavens, Apophis waited below, patient and eternal. Because even as the sun was born, so too was its shadow, and shadows always remember. Every dawn was not a promise, it was a battle. When Ra's golden light split the horizon, it wasn't peace returning to the world, but victory snatched from the jaws of chaos. Each sunrise was defiance, the sun god's refusal to die, his fire carved against the darkness that wanted him gone. In his solar bark, Ra sailed across the heavens by day, and through the underworld by night, his radiance the only shield between existence and oblivion. For Ra knew what mortals could not. Light was never guaranteed. It had to be earned every single morning in blood and fire. It began not with hatred, but with balance, the endless struggle that binds creation to destruction. From the first sunrise, the serpent Apophis coiled beneath the horizon, waiting to devour the light. Each night, as Ra's bark descended into the underworld, their fates intertwined, one born to illuminate, the other to consume. The gods called it duty, but it was far more than that. It was the birth of eternal war, a conflict written into the fabric of existence. Neither could truly win, for without darkness, light would have no purpose, and without light, there would be nothing left to destroy. Every night, as the mortal world slept, Ra embarked on a voyage few dared to imagine, the descent into the Duat, the Egyptian underworld. This was no realm of rest, but a labyrinth of terror, where the souls of the dead whispered and ancient monsters waited in silence. Guided by prayers and guarded by gods, Ra's solar bark drifted across a sea of shadows. But beyond every gate, Apophis waited, coiled in the darkness, hungry for the sun's heart. Each night was a battle for existence itself, and every dawn was proof that light had survived, but only barely. When the sun rises, we believe the darkness is gone. But the Egyptians knew better. Beyond the horizon, beyond the golden blaze of Ra's victory, something always waits. Apophis, the great serpent of chaos, is never slain, only pushed back into the void. Each dawn is not triumph, but delay. The shadow retreats, not in defeat, but in patience. It learns, it hungers, it remembers the warmth of the sun it seeks to consume. For even as Ra ascends in glory, Apophis coils beneath creation, whispering the same eternal promise, that all light must one day fall. Even as the first light of dawn stretched across the horizon, a shadow lingered, patient, silent, and eternal. Apophis, the serpent of chaos, waited beyond the reach of the sun, coiled in the void where light dared not touch. Every sunrise was a fragile victory, a breath stolen from an unending hunger. Mortals saw only the warmth and radiance, unaware of the threat lurking just beyond their sight. The shadow did not sleep. It waited, plotting the next night's rebellion against order. It was a reminder that even in triumph, darkness always waits, ready to reclaim the world. Even as the first light of dawn stretched across the horizon, a shadow lingered, patient, silent, and eternal. Apophis, the serpent of chaos, waited beyond the reach of the sun, coiled in the void where light dared not touch. Every sunrise was a fragile victory, a breath stolen from an unending hunger. Mortals saw only the warmth and radiance, unaware of the threat lurking just beyond their sight. The shadow did not sleep. It waited, plotting the next night's rebellion against order. It was a reminder that even in triumph, darkness always waits, ready to reclaim the world. Beneath the endless night, the waters of the Duat churned black and endless, a realm where light and shadow collided. Ra's bark sliced through the darkness, its golden radiance a fragile shield against the serpentine coils of Apophis. Each wave was a battlefield, each ripple a strike of chaos against divine order. The serpent's eyes glowed with hunger, teeth bared to devour the sun itself, while Ra's fury burned hotter than any mortal flame. Sparks of cosmic violence danced across the black waters as time itself seemed to tremble. In this eternal struggle, the night was alive, and every heartbeat of the gods carried the weight of survival and annihilation. Beneath the veil of eternity, the underworld roared with voices long forgotten, echoes of souls caught between life and oblivion. Each scream twisted through the darkness like a knife, clawing at the fragile threads of order. Ra's bark trembled as the cries of the damned rose, a chorus that threatened to drown the light itself. Apophis coiled through the shadows, feeding on fear, each hiss a promise of unending night. The air itself seemed alive, thick with despair, as if the underworld remembered every betrayal, every act of defiance. In that hollow abyss, the struggle for survival became not only a battle of gods, but a confrontation with the very essence of chaos. The final strike had been struck, and Apophis lay vanquished, coiled in the shadows from which it had emerged. Light pierced the eternal night, and Ra's bark glided triumphantly across the cosmic waters. Yet even in victory, the sun god's heart trembled. The serpent's whispers lingered in the currents, a reminder that chaos never truly dies. Every pulse of light carried a shadow of doubt, every triumph a warning. Ra had survived, but the memory of Apophis's hunger, the knowledge that destruction waits patiently, always, would haunt him for eternity. Victory was fleeting, fear eternal. Immortality is not a gift, it is a sentence. Ra, eternal and unyielding, drifts through endless cycles of night and day, a prisoner of his own light. Each victory against Apophis, each triumph over chaos, becomes a memory etched in endless repetition. The cosmos whispers its torment. There is no rest, no release, only the unbroken rhythm of survival. To live forever is to witness the same battles, the same shadows, the same hunger of the void that never fades. Ra's light endures, but so does his curse, a perpetual war against a darkness that knows no end. Nightfall is never merely the absence of light. In the world of gods, it is a veil, a stage where secrets stir and the unseen grows teeth. When darkness descends, the truths mortals dare not speak awaken, and the shadow of Apophis coils through the hidden corners of existence. Each star flickers like a warning, Each whisper of wind carries the memory of battles older than time. The night is alive, watching, patient. It is in this quiet, in the heartbeat between one sunset and the next, that the hidden truths reveal themselves, not with mercy, but with the weight of inevitability. Even the sun is not eternal without its shadow. Ra, the radiant king of the skies, owes his journey across the heavens to the very chaos he seeks to conquer. Apophis, the serpent of darkness, coils beneath the waters of creation, a threat and a necessity entwined. Without the serpent's struggle, the sun would never rise with purpose, never prove its light against the weight of night. The battle is not merely destruction, it is a covenant. Light and shadow exist because of one another, a terrifying dance of survival and dominance. In understanding this, we see that even gods are bound by the truths they seek to deny. Creation is not a single act, nor a moment of triumph. It is a relentless cycle, an eternal repetition of birth, struggle, and rebirth. Ra and Apophis are locked in a timeless duel, light and shadow chasing each other across the cosmos, each dependent on the other's existence. The gods speak in whispers of balance, yet the truth is far darker, that order cannot exist without chaos, and life is only defined by the threat of annihilation. Humanity witnesses the aftermath, sensing the rhythm of destruction and renewal, unaware that the very survival of the sun depends on the serpent it despises.